So whatever we're focusing our thoughts on, right, is what we're going to draw into our life. So if I'm constantly worried about bills and, relationship problems, if I'm always looking at problems, I'm going to find myself in problems because I'm going to keep drawing that into my life. So I started to write down stuff. I started to post things all over my cell, little affirmations, and speaking as if I'm in the present moment. I am free. I am healthy. I am going home in May, such and such a date. And I would read this all the time, and I would read, and I would write, and I would pray, and I would meditate, and I started to eat right. I started to fast. I started to do all these things, and I got a series of time cuts. I wrote Albany. Albany gave me a time cut. I wrote the superintendent in the box. He gave me 3 time cuts. So it turned into, I was supposed to do like 19 months in the box, and I really came out in like 7, 8 months. And I went to my parole board the following month after leaving the box, and I didn't have any of the programs in. I had all my good time lost, right? And I was in prison for a violent crime. And at the time, it was hitting everybody at the board. And I made my first board, man. I got my open date. And one of the things that happened was like, I'm gonna fast forward it, right? I'm in North Carolina now, right? I've been home probably 6, 7 years now. I'm off of parole. I moved to North Carolina with my kids and my wife. And I was on the radio. I was doing stand-up comedy, right? I was on television shows. I was like rubbing elbows with a lot of stars, traveling, right? And I was miserable. I was angry. I was rageful. I had money. Like I had the stuff that I thought was going to bring me this happiness and this sense of peace, right? And this fulfillment. And I was angry. I was always yelling at my kids. My kids were a burden on me, right? My wife, she wasn't the right one. I needed a different house. I was tired of these cars. I wanted a bigger, I always wanted. I was in a constant state of wanting. And my grandmothers, both of them died. My cousin died the following month. And my grandfather died within a 120-day period, man, back to back to back. And it hit me like a ton of bricks, man. And I was like, one day it was like 4 in the morning, and I was feeling this emptiness, bro. And I was crying, bro. I was mourning my closest cousin. Both my grandmothers were the ones that nurtured me, man. They raised me when my parents were using drugs and running the street. And I felt like everything that was important to me that I took for granted was taken from me, And I'm in this house with the kids, with the wife, with the cars, with the money, with the popularity, with the fame, all the shit that I thought was it. And something told me, yo, go in the duffel bag in the closet and pull out all your writings and publish this book that you've been wanting to publish, So I'm running through these papers, right? And I'm looking through my notebooks and my journals, and I run across this list of all the things that I wanted when I came home. All the things I wanted to experience when I came home. And when I looked at this list, everything on that list came to pass and more. Everything I wanted. I got the barber shop. I got everything that I put on this list came to pass except the book. Yo, I started crying, bro. I started crying, man, and I remember like it was real. Right after that experience, I was in Walmart with my kids, and Walmart is like you with kids in Walmart, they want everything. Oh, Daddy, yeah, can I get that? And I was like, I was in this mode already, right? I was like, so my son was like, Daddy, I was like, what, man, what? And he had a pack of Now Laters, the big pack of Now Laters, and he was like, yeah, can I get this? And it brought me back to a time when I was in prison with this old timer named Bigote, right? And he died while I was there with him. And one day we was in the TV room. He used to talk to me all the time, bro. And I was in the TV room one late night, and it was just me and him. And I was sitting in the back, and he turned to me. He said, yo, Dave, you know what I wish I could do right now? He had like 27 years in it. And I was like, what's that? He was like, I wish I could go to the store and buy me a pack of Now Laters. He's like, I used to love Annihilated, right? And I remember like being mad because my grandmother sent me the wrong package. You know? She didn't buy me what I wanted in this package. And he said that, it fucked me up. So when my son said that and he showed me the Annihilated, it brought me back to Bigote. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, man. This motherfucker, all he wanted to do was be able to go to the store, and I had what this motherfucker was praying for. And I had my kids. And his kids were grown. They didn't write him no more. Nobody came to visit him. And I was like, wow, like I got all these treasures. I got all this stuff that people are praying for right now. And I'm like ungrateful, you know? Anyway, speed it up, right? Like, I attribute all this stuff to this practice, right? Thinking from the end. So the question that I want to pose to you guys, right? What is it that you think is hindering you from being happy? First of all, are you happy with your life right now?
No.
You happy with your life right now?
I'm relatively happy, but I'm sure there's a lot of other things that could be a whole lot happier.
Okay. You? Okay. You? So? You?
Very unhappy.
Okay. What do you think? And you don't have to tell me. I want you to write this down. That's why I put the paper down, right? What do you think is blocking you? Like, what do you think is hindering you from being happy? You know, if you could just write that down. What are the things that you could change, right? That would give you that sense of serenity and peace and joy in your life. See, words are powerful.